A cosmonaut controversy solved. Things are speeding up on the love planet. Facebook's feeling philanthropic. And to eat red or not to eat red on the Daily Orbit. Hello and welcome to the Daily Orbit. I'm Emerald Robinson. A long-time controversial mystery has been solved. The first man in space, cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin, died when his MiG-15 aircraft spun out of control and crashed back in 1968. But what really happened? Fellow cosmonaut Aleksey Leonov has fought 20 years to reveal the truth behind the death of the first man to cross Earth's threshold. Recalling what he saw and working with experts using computer models, Leonov says that an unauthorized Su-15 fighter jet, a much larger plane than Gagarin's, flew too closely to the smaller plane, causing it to spiral out of control and crash. Official investigation documents had attributed the crash to avoiding a foreign object, which led to a tailspin. Leonov said the cover-up was likely to hide the fact that there was such a lapse so close to Moscow. Winds on Venus are moving faster and faster. Data from ESA's Venus Express spacecraft shows that winds have increased from an average speed of 180 miles per hour when the spacecraft first arrived back in 2006 to 248 miles per hour now. Scientists tracked cloud formations by hand and by computer to calculate wind speeds. Although Venus's atmospheric superrotation has puzzled scientists for a long time, such a large variation has never been observed on Venus, and scientists don't know what's causing it. They say further investigation will seek to explain what drives the circulation patterns and the changes in localized areas on shorter timescales. And here's a status for you to click like on Facebook. Last May, the social networking site started a campaign where users could change their profile status to indicate organ donor, and then were given a link to their official state donor registry. New donor registration increased 21-fold. Doctors at Johns Hopkins studying the effects of the Facebook campaign said they've tried for years to encourage people to become organ donors with little to no avail. Before this, the daily average for new organ donors was 616. Since Facebook started donor registration, 13,000 became new donors. But growth has already started to drop, and doctors say they need to find a way to keep the conversation going because the need is still so much greater than the response. And don't go red unless you want to be dead. Okay, well, maybe that's a little bit dramatic, but me? Dramatic? No. But a new study does show an association between red meat consumption and type 2 diabetes. The correlation has been shown before, but the new study showed that even the smallest amount of red meat increases a person's risk of diabetes. Participants who increased their red meat intake by less than half a serving a day upped their diabetes risk by 48%. Think decreasing the amount you eat will help? Not really, says the study. A slight decrease in intake doesn't make a significant or immediate difference. Scientists aren't exactly sure what's to blame for the increase in type 2 diabetes risk, and they say that they cannot infer direct causality without further studies. Researchers say that they hope this evidence is enough to at least get people to not increase their intake of red meat. And don't you just love when you go to the doctor and you tell them all your symptoms and they act like you're crazy? Well, fibromyalgia sufferers have long felt that frustration, but now doctors have confirmed fibromyalgia's existence and source. They found blood vessel endings in the palm that were thought to only be involved in regulating blood flow also contribute to our sense of touch and pain. Fibromyalgia patients who suffer from chronic pain and fatigue exhibit an enormous increase in sensory nerve fibers at specific sites of the blood vessels. Researchers say these findings could lead to better diagnosis and further treatments for the debilitating disease. And that's it for the Daily Orbit. Till tomorrow, Orbiters.